Premier League, the most exciting, the most thrilling, most competitive, and entertaining league in the world. Once again, guys, we got to witness the final day thriller in the Premier League season. Yes, 1 point separate two teams. Man City are 1 point ahead of Liverpool, and it's all down to the final day of the season. Yes, we're gonna have another final day Premier League thriller at the top as well as at the bottom, where of course Norwich and Watford are the two teams which have been relegated. Of course, Leeds, Everton, and Burnley, they all three are fighting hard in the battle of relegation to stay in the Premier League. Which team will end up staying? Which team can get demoted to the championship? We're gonna find that out, of course, on the final day of the Premier League. Let's just talk about the what's happening at the top of the table. Of course, just a 1 point separating the current champions Man City and the Liverpool. It's all gonna come down to the final day, to the one final game. Which team gonna end up getting 3 points? Of course, City is 1 point ahead of the pool. If they win their last game, they're gonna be the champion again. But there is no margin for the errors. The minute Man City concede a goal or drop a point, that means their title might be gone. Yes, it's that close. Of course, Pool also need to win their game, which also not gonna be easy one, because they're gonna play. Of course, their record at Anfield is so good. I don't think they've lost a game at Anfield this season, so that speaks a lot about what they have achieved at their home venue. But of course, they might not need to lose the game. Draw might be enough. So Wolves is one of the most compact team this season. Bruno Lage has done magnificent job. Their defense is so solid. They stay so calm. They concede very less goals, and a very good counter-attacking team as well. Very composed defensively. So it's not going to be an easy game for Liverpool. If Liverpool fans are thinking, oh, we hope that City might drop points, but at the same time, guys, you don't have an easy game. That's not going to be an easy game for you guys as well. So it's going to be tough one for Pool. But even if they win, that doesn't mean they're still going to win the Premier League, because Man City also going to play at home against Aston Villa. But the problem with Man City is that they have a squad, particularly in their defense department, which is struggling with the injuries. They don't have Diaz, who is ruled out of the season. They don't have Stones. That means their two proper centre backs are missing. Not just two. Nathan Ake, the third centre back, is also injured. He hasn't started in the last two Premier League games. That means City is just having one centre back, proper centre back at the moment, Aymeric Laporte. We saw the last two games, Fernandinho, the veteran, the 37-year-old veteran midfielder, once again stood up for the City, and he played out of the position in such an age, 37-year-old. It's never easy. He's playing out of position in the most competitive physical league. Of course, he's a warrior, but to play out of position for two games in a crunch time of a season, that's a bit heck of a task. Of course, one can see that if Fernandinho gonna start again in the centre back position with Laporte, it's not gonna be easy for City. We saw that in the last game how vulnerable City defense look. They missed Diaz, they missed Stones, they missed Ake. Three centre back aren't fit. That's a big problem to have. That's a very big problem to have. And we saw that vulnerability. We saw how they conceded two goal. That City with the normal defense, with the quality defense of Diaz or maybe Stones, they wouldn't have conceded. City would have sealed the title against West Ham. They could have won that game. Even they could have won if Mahrez hasn't missed that penalty. But talking about City defense, that's a big worry, because if Fernandinho gonna start again as a centre back, City fans just hope that Nathan Ake is fit at least, so that he can start along with Aymeric Laporte in a centre-back position. If that happens, City might be good enough. If Fernandinho starts, there might be nerves around, because there's no room for error. So City defense looking shaky because of a lot of injuries, guys, at the back. So just you never know. It's a big game. Of course, home game, title is on the line. we're gonna witness the thriller. Whoever wins this title, it's gonna be one heck of a final day yet again in the Premier League. Talking about the bottom, of course, Burnley, Norwich is relegated, confirmed. So is Watford, but Burnley is on 34 points. Leeds is on 35 points. Everton is sitting on 36 points. 1 point separating all three. And you know what? Everton do have a game in hand. So is Burnley. But for Leeds, the last game is against Brentford. If they get a point or two or maybe win game, they might just survive. But for Everton, it's not easy. They have a game tonight against Crystal Palace. Then the last day, they're going to play against Arsenal. So it's not easy. It's not easy if you are Everton. If they get 1 point today, this might feel safe. But against Arsenal, it's not going to be easy for them. Similar for Leeds to get a point out against Brentford, which played so well this season. So once again, any team from Everton to Burnley to Leeds, any one of them can get relegated. This is the thrill of the Premier League. We're not going to know till the last moment. So three teams are there to bottle it to the championship. We're going to find it out. And as far as top four is concerned, of course, Arsenal, they just bottled up. They lost to Spurs. Then they lost their last game against Newcastle, and they are now 2 points behind Spurs. Spurs playing against Norwich on the final day. They just need to get a point out of it, and Spurs will be fine. They will make it to the Champions League spot. As far as Arsenal are concerned, it's not going to happen for them unless Spurs lose to Norwich, which are relegated, and Arsenal win against Everton. I don't think Spurs going to lose to Norwich, which might happen. There's some percent of chances, but I think Arsenal have bottled this Champions League spot, which was there for the taking, and they just kept on dropping points. Spurs, I think, now going to grab the fourth position. But at the top, it's very tight, guys. Very exciting final day of the Premier League coming up. 1 point separates Man City and Liverpool. Is the color of the ribbon gonna be sky blue yet again, or it's gonna be red? We're gonna find it out. I just can't wait. I know you guys can't wait. It's gonna be another heck of a final day finish to the Premier League season. It just can't get any better than this.